Hello, this is Shantria Tram and welcome to the assignment walkthrough video for assignment 2, Define OrgUnit Groups. Now, I know some of you may be just itching to get onto the system and play around, but before we do that, we need to learn how to structure and customize OrgUnit groups and group sets for the system, and that is done offline. And if you can recall from our last assignment, we had built an OrgUnit structure for logical outcomes that looked like this. And what I've done behind the scenes is I've built this last level of facilities so that we have something to play with. There we go. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to think about how I can group these different schools. How else can I define them? So I know, for example, that Downsview Secondary School is a public school. So is Central Tech. And so is Sunnybrook. Now, Downtown Alternative School is, get this, an alternative school. Blythe, on the other hand, is a private school. And you're just going to break it down in that way. So we've got three different groups there. We've got public, alternative, and private. And what I'm going to do is simply take the information that we have here already and transfer it into the next tab, Define OrgUnit Groups, but it's going to look a little bit different. But it's the same information though. We're breaking it down by group set, group, and then of course the OrgUnit name. So our group set, in this case, is type of school. The first group, let's go with public. And you're simply going to plug in the information. We've got Sunnybrook. Oops. So on. Private schools. So we've got Blythe, York, and build that list even more, and of course alternative school, School of Life Experience, whoops, and so on. Now, other ways of looking at or other possible groups could also be Catholic schools or arts-based schools. And then other possible group sets could also be type of, level of education. So, for example, in Canada, we have elementary school, we have middle school, and this is generally speaking, and then high school. There we go. That's how you break down or create group sets, groups, and how to plug in the OrgUnits in their respective groups and group sets. A couple of things to keep in mind, or some best practices also, is that this is a great thing when you want to save time, because you can assign these group sets to its respective data elements and data sets, and you don't have to find them individually, so it saves a lot of time. You can also, in creating reports, you can also pull up reports, specifically just for private schools if you'd like, or just private schools in Toronto. So it's incredibly efficient and highly recommended to create these groups. One thing you want to keep in mind is you want to make sure that there's no overlapping within a single group set. So for example, I don't want Blythe Academy to be in the group of private schools as well as the group of alternative schools. So because of course in that case you would get some duplicate data, and it would just skew everything. All right, so that's it for now. Go ahead and pull up your curriculum workbook and design your group sets and the groups within them. Thanks for joining us. You can reach us at info@logicaloutcomes.net or click right there on the screen to access the online curriculum.